Welcome to the first episode of Why It's Important: Pods, Parachutes, and Landers. A pod is just a simple pod, most of the time, with a parachute and decoupler. However, some landers are for certain moons and cannot use parachutes. This is the example of a non-atmospheric lander. Probably needs a bit more fuel, but And this is my planetary lander. I actually tested this one. It comes with 2 extra parachutes, but that's probably not enough for this gargantuan lander. I don't know. I've tried to record this like 3 times. This is the 3rd time. So, yeah. I'm behind on a few updates, or there would, in fact, be a payload escape system. But, nope. No payload escape system. There are also just tiny stages made only for orbital maneuvers, using very, very efficient ion engines. So these are the 3 main types of last stages. We will get to other stuff for other videos. Hang on. I see an adjustment that I'd like to make. This is good because we're in the building thing and we can make adjustments. Those 2 are gonna crash and burn, because they don't work as well as we want them to. Now, this could be used for taking off from Mars, or Kerbal Space Program's Duna. Of course, we won't have the orbital advisor here to tell us when to turn. We only have that in Earth's atmosphere. Out of liquid fuel. We can't ditch that stage yet, because I have poorly engineered this craft. Kinda sad. So, yeah, it is capable of reaching orbit, and I hate to have to do the entire thing in front of you here, but I'm showing off a lander. I'm allowed to show off my lander. This lander's got another stage for slowing itself down and making orbital maneuvers. 2. Now, I suck at docking, so I don't usually use docking ports. I really badly suck at docking. I tried to dock a space station like 7 times, and I still didn't dock it, so I just turned on sandbox mode and docked it in the atmosphere and then took it off. I guess that kind of thing would be easier in Kerbal Space. This thing should be capable of orbit and deorbit. And for those that actually know how to do something with their life and are successful, dock with a mothership. Transfer fuel to the lander again? This was a 2-stage lander, good for taking off. Every planetary lander is an orbiter. It'd be just as hard to orbit Mars as it would be to orbit Earth. And just as hard to pull the plug and deorbit. Haven't even orbited one time. Fortunately, though, we do have an engine with, hopefully, enough fuel to slow us down. Now, I know this video wasn't supposed to be about orbit, but it's a why it's important video. You need to have a powerful lander to reach orbit and return. That lander could very well also be used as an orbiter. We are just about out of fuel. Good thing we had enough to reach our orbit and successfully deorbit. That's the more important part. Does RCS work when you have no fuel? No, it does not. It does use liquid fuel. Ah. We are coming down very quick. Detach the pod. When it starts turning like a dart, you just detach the pod. There ain't a better choice. Once I get to deploying the parachute of this craft, I'll just leave it and talk more about the pods, parachutes, and landers. We all know how they work. Okay, we can deploy that now. And go to the build. Okay. This is for already in-space maneuvers. Very efficient. Oh, you can start the engines as on. That's cool. So, I didn't know RCS used to. That's different to know. This is a lunar lander. Obviously, I'm not going to test that in this video. This is a planetary lander. It's supposed to be able to dock with a mothership, but in emergency cases, be able to be docked with. So, you would normally switch this out for a decoupler and use part clipping to get some parachutes in there, but I don't have part clipping and I don't have access to buy part clipping. I got this game from an external source and it's not letting me update it. So yeah, pods, parachutes, and landers. We've seen pods in action, we've seen parachutes in action, and we've seen the planetary lander in action. This is why it's important. Our next video will be explaining engines.